What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums. I know, giving you a bunch of update videos. Figured I'd update all the tanks before I start shooting videos on some products. The 135 is looking good, so I figured I'd shoot it because I just cleaned the FX6 after 2 years. I had not, refocus please. I had not cleaned that canister filter in 2 years. I should have put it on video, but I wasn't prepared. I sort of just had too much coffee in the morning and was like, fuck it. I am going to clean this filter. The flow was, as you can see, the flow is crazy, but the flow was weak. The water was barely moving. Stick your fingers in there. Yeah, I know, I got snails. You stick your fingers in there and you could feel that nothing was happening. That's what she said. Sorry, can't help myself. Anyway, yeah, so I cleaned the filter and the flow is crazy. Back to normal. I didn't even bother rinsing the sponges. I just got all new sponges. I ordered all new sponges. The filter has no media in it, no biological media, I should say. All the biological media is in the sump, and the canister is strictly mechanical, strictly mechanical. Just sponges in that thing, packed with sponges, no filter floss, no polyfilter pad, no carbon, nothing. Just straight up sponges, mechanical filtration, and then the sump has my biological media, and it's got like a filter sock sort of deal. Why is my camera iPhone? I gotta like take off autofocus or whatever's going on. It's driving me bonkers. Anyway, angels are doing great. Look at the size of these guys. They're ready for food. Come on, give me. They are ready for food. They are getting big. They're like, oops, sorry, buddy. Almost the size of my hand, I would say. I've got, let's see, 2, 4, looks like 6 or 8 Buenos Aires Tetra left out of 20, which have been in here from the start. I still have my original 2 Rummy Nose. There's one down there. And I have my original Cory Cats. I've also have the cool looking El Whatever Pleco. And there's the other original Padre. The female has since died. A while ago, after, I don't know, she was breeding like nonstop for years and years and years. She was very old. I have another female in here, which is the only offspring to survive all of that breeding. I have to assume that the tetras or the angels are definitely eating the babies. You can go back videos. I'll go over here. You can go back lots of videos, but that rock right there, that little rock right, where's my finger, there is where that one baby hid and stayed there for months until it was big enough, and then it ventured out, and now she, I should say, is laying her own eggs, and so maybe we'll get some more. But I think it's the Buenos Aires Tetras. Look at this beautiful angel. Look at how long his things are right there. Forget what they're called, but really pretty angel. I've got 3 baby angels upstairs and a couple 3 discus that I'm growing out that I will put in this tank, and I think they'll look gorgeous once they're fat, you know, big softball size. They're gonna look so cool. Also, another reason why I clean the filter, if you can see this, like some green algae starting to pop up, little tufts of it. Don't be alarmed. Nothing major. I can brush it off with a toothbrush while I gravel vac. These ones in here, I'll just go lift right out because they're just on a rock and they'll be gone. It's not terrible. It's not like it's an outbreak. I know exactly what it is. It was the food. Oh, here's the female. She looks small because this is a huge tank, but I'd say 4 inches. About that. Look at all the snails I've got everywhere. I love it. So the snail population was down a ton, and I actually stopped scraping the eggs off the glass. Here you go. See that little spot right there? Snail eggs. So I stopped scraping them. You know, I just take my flipper here and just scrape the eggs off. And I stopped doing that because I started to get a little bit of detritus and whatnot build up. So I was like, screw it. Let's just leave the snails and they can start going to town, cleaning the wood. I mean, they look great. The wood looks like a million. See that like little green tinge? Well, it was all over the wood, and the snails have gone to town. They are just workers. And in a tank this big, actually, you know what? In all my tanks, I have snails. My saltwater tanks, my freshwater tanks, whether they're apple snails or trumpet snails or ram's horn. I used to keep tons of assassin snails. If they're those pests like pond snails, you know, whatever. Like, unless you're, unless you cannot stand the look of them, then there's no need to get rid of them. They help with your tank. They help with the ecosystem. If they get out of control, you can just pop a giant piece of romaine lettuce in there, and the next day it'll be absolutely covered. You pull that lettuce out, put a new one in, the next day it'll be covered. And I mean, you can get rid of like basically all your snails that way, but why? Why not just keep them so they can hang out all over the wall of your aquarium and your driftwood and your rocks and just mow algae all day long. Come on, folks, keep your snails. The pothos, I've trimmed back a ton. It was just taken over basically the entire top of this tank, and it was out of control. It was shading light from the tank. It was like hanging off like over here, like this is just a baby one. It was hanging down to the bottom, and then like, you know, pothos, believe it or not, can only live with its roots submerged in water for so long. I mean, years, yes, months to years, but it needs soil. So eventually you get these long strands, like right here, that just like, you know, everything has yellowed off and died, and it's just got the very ends, but then it stops actually growing. And at that point, I just cut it out and put a new one in, or just leave it be for a little bit. Like, it's sort of bare right now. It's not terrible. I mean, there's lots there, but oh my God, it was so much. It was out of control. Once again, me not getting anything on film, because instead of living the YouTube life, I just do shit, and then afterwards I'm like, oh, maybe I should have, you know, got that on camera. What do you think, Lady Pleco, with your homies down here in the caves? My aquarium box caves I've had forever. Munch, 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 munch. Plecos are so cool. This is a nice side view of that. These guys. Anyway, yeah. I always say I'm going to put it on film, and then I just get antsy or whatever. I just do it, and then I'm like, shit, I didn't put a camera, I didn't do time lapse, I didn't do high speed, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Well, and then there goes all my content right out the window. Just like I should have filmed that canister filter. I was like scared to open the thing. Friggin' 2 years go by and I didn't clean it, and I'm like, finally I'm gonna clean it. I thought the thing was gonna just hiss at me, but actually, you know, for 2 years it wasn't terrible. I mean, obviously the sponges were gunked up, but it wasn't like filled with sludge or nothing. I really just dumped it out, rinsed it out real quick. I was gonna wait till the spring and so I could take it outside and hose it off, like really get some pressure on it, but it didn't even really need it. Can't wait for all these Buenos Aires tetras to be gone. I'm not gonna kill them. They're so annoying. They're very pretty, they're big, but they're just aggressive. They eat plants. I can't even put plants in this tank. I tried to buy a bunch of Amazon swords and put them in the tank, and the Buenos Aires tetras just demolished them. Like, it was like $40 worth of plants gone. So that's my spiel. I'm hopefully getting some more sponsored products in. I have a few I have to shoot videos on. I have a few more coming in. I have a filter video. I have a pump video coming up. But I just wanted to shoot the tank while it was looking good. It's a cool angle right here. I always like this angle. Well, it was looking good. And give you a quick update. Now all my tanks are updated and we can shoot some more videos. So enjoy the rest of your week, folks. It's Mike from Mass. I'm out.